All right, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome aboard to the Morning Note. My name is Carlos Garcia. I'm the founder and CEO of Gar Capital. My apologies. I'm just trying to press the Instagram live now. All right, now we're set, ready to go. Good morning, everybody. It is November 27th, 2024. It is Thanksgiving Eve. Glad to be with you. Just want to give everyone a quick heads up in terms of the market hours for this holiday week. Today, the market is open regular hours, 9:30 to 4 in terms of the New York cash session. In terms of futures, the market will be closed for Thanksgiving, but will reopen at 6 p.m. tomorrow. So if you're watching football, I mean, during the day tomorrow for Thanksgiving, the market will be back open at 6. We'll update you guys how that opens. More than likely, not much will be expected for the holiday. But Black Friday is Friday and the market will be open in terms of Thanksgiving at 6 and then runs regular time. We'll have a cash session again on Friday, open at 9:30, but closing at 1 p.m. So kind of like a half day on Friday. So just understand that. Like if you're at 3 p.m. looking for power hour and you're not getting it on Friday because, well, there's nothing to be had because the market will be closed by then. So our week will end on Friday at 1 p.m. No morning note tomorrow. Morning note on Friday because the market's open. So we'll do one. Also want to do a quick housekeeping thing or housekeeping note to anyone who follows us on Instagram. Very, very important. It's Small Business Saturday on Saturday. So anyone who is an entrepreneur who has a small business, we're finally verified on Instagram, by the way. Awesome. Send us a screenshot of your company and give us the tag and everything and some kind of details about it so we can shout you out on the stories. We do this every year, every Small Business Saturday. So make sure to DM us. I'll be more on the Instagram on Saturday because of Small Business Saturday. I usually don't touch any kind of social media. I just only have two hands. I can't do it all. That's why I have a staff. But with that being said, make sure small business owners, I don't care if you build pools, if you're a barber, anything small business, please send us a DM. We'll share your company on our stories. Hopefully, someone local will see it, and we can use this community on social media to bring people together for commerce. How great! Okay, enough about that. Let's go ahead and get started on the day. Okay, here we are. Dow futures are up 57 points. The Nasdaq is down 0.24% this morning. The S&P is flat, and the Russell's up 0.73%. We tried to trade futures last night in terms of the Nasdaq. No dice. We at best we got plus 15 on it, but we moved our stop to break even. So no harm, no foul. We had a better night the night before in terms of trading, but if it ain't there, it ain't there. In terms of market action here and what we're seeing, I mean, there's a couple of pockets out there with some movement. Palantir's up, the banks have been up. I mean, I had Bank of America last week in the money, soars even more yesterday. I mean, I was literally just a week too early, and that really is a pain in the butt. But that's kind of like the holidays and how it works. Again, now we're almost done with Thanksgiving. Now we're thinking Santa rally, Christmas rally, right? We're going to talk about that next week. Think about it. Next week will be a full week, the first full week of December, the new month. We'll have a non-farm payroll report, jobs report. So again, this week, understand that yes, it gets a little quiet in terms of volume. Today might be a big travel day for a lot of people, a lot of business owners, a lot of traders. Fair enough. So again, one step at a time. If we get something that's worth trading, then we'll look at it. But I don't expect much today, to be quite honest. I mean, I wanted a push higher last night to 21,025 on Nasdaq, kind of get us a gap up, but we didn't get that. So, we're kind of hard pressed and trying to find some volume out there. Crude oil bounce, it's up 0.54%. Gold bounce as well, up 1.16%. Copper's up 0.70%. The euro dollar's up 80 pips. Dollar yen fell 173 pips. Bitcoin is bouncing 94,425. Ethereum 3,500. I'll be watching crypto over this week and weekend for the fact that Thanksgiving holidays tends to bring people together. I remember this happened in 2018, 2017 when Bitcoin was still in its, I can't even say its infancy. Back then, Bitcoin was, I think, trading around maybe 9,000, 8,000. And that's when people were talking about it a little bit at that time. And usually when you meet with family or friends on Thanksgiving, you're going to mention crypto. That's kind of was the deal then. And that's when we started getting some volume into Bitcoin over that weekend. And that's when we created the moniker Weekends Are for Crypto. But either way, we'll see if we get something. I mean, I really don't know. We did BITO last week, two of them, two contract or two different signals on them. But for example, Mara, I mean, yeah, it broke my level above 20 and it did tag 25, but you could see a possible double top there. So, um, I'll see if we get something out there for sure. I don't want to press at all. BITO, if it breaks above 27.51, we can have that conversation to go to 29. So we've done it before. We'll do it again. We just need to move. All right, let's go ahead and get to some of the questions this morning. I mean, again, rather flat. Let me take a look really quick on the heat map and see what's moving. Nvidia's down 1.32%. Microsoft's down 0.65%. Apple's down. Tesla's up 1%. Walmart's up. I mean, Walmart, we played the 90 calls last week and they were supposed to expire this week and they're at 92 now. So Lord knows where they are, those contracts. The banks continue to move higher. JPM, Bank of America, now it's going to be at 46. We had the 40, it's going to be at 48. We had the 47 calls. Citibank continuing to go higher. We traded that before. Wells Fargo, we had a great trade during the election time where Wells Fargo hit. So, the banks are moving. At least that's where we're kind of noticing the pocket of push of price action. Really, just the value names. Let's see. All right, here we go. Painless says, "Happy Thanksgiving, all. I'm thankful for you, Carlos, and all of GAR. I love starting my days 6 a.m. in SoCal watching your YouTube live notes." Well, listen, that is very kind. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. I kind of see our business and the kind of what we do every day. I try not to count, how many people are on, even if it's just one person. Even if I was just talking to you, Painless, every day, I still like doing it. This is something I truly enjoy doing. And I mean, how fun is it to talk to individuals who like talking about what you like, right? Isn't that kind of the basis of podcasting and talk radio? Same deal. Very, very fun stuff. And again, thank you, Painless, for those kind words. Thank you to all the staff, and thank you to all of our clients. We're definitely thankful for y'all. All right, let's take a look at Apple. We're going to go ahead and expand this here. Probably yesterday you noticed that I didn't do a morning note. I just did it on Discord this go around. So what I'm trying to do is kind of do alternate here and there. On Discord, we have something called live radio where I can share my screen and still talk. So I just did that yesterday for everybody. It wasn't really just a switch up much. It was just trying to go back and forth because I did 4 YouTube videos basically in 2 days, Sunday and Monday. So I just wanted to switch it up. Nothing has changed, just a heads up. Let's take a look at Apple together. You can see Apple, we have a top at 237.49. We're at 235. We had the 235 calls this week, and we got in the money on those. I think it hit about 200% on Apple. I'll show you guys. The Verizon. What was it? Palantir hit 200%. Apple hit 56%. See, we had the 235s, but we closed it on Monday. But Palantir, and it was going. Palantir was very nice. Just looking at the trades for this week. But in terms of Apple, 237.49 is my alert. If we break that, we can take a look at possibly the 240 calls. I'm sure there will be volume there. Josh is asking any updates on Nikki's funeral. This is Nikki, one of our former VPs at GAR Capital. Unfortunately, he passed away a couple weeks ago. Him and his family already had their private service. In terms of any kind of memorial or any kind of, I guess, place to grieve, it's going to be in New York. Unfortunately, I don't live there, and I didn't even get a chance to go to the funeral. It was too short notice. That's kind of the hard part of being a business owner, is that you really don't have time, in a sense, in your mind to even feel the things you want to feel. That's the sacrifice you got to make. You have to just keep pressing forward because, well, we have 2,000, 100 people, hundreds of thousands of people on Instagram who really want to be here and learn and depend on us. So, I wish I was there, but unfortunately, I just couldn't make it. But, I pray every night for him. Definitely, I'm very appreciative to even know him, to even be in his presence. That just means the world to me. So in my way, I cherish every moment that I had with Nick, and I kind of just honor his memory by not trying to be sad. I just kind of push forward and keep the mission going. That's how he would tell me or talk to me. Let's take a look at Nvidia. Don't want to sound so sad. Nvidia pulling back. Hello. Let's see the 50-day. Remember, I said if we get above 140, I have 143 there, but if we get above 140, I definitely want to go long again. If we get a bounce to 142, the 50-day is going to be crucial. If we kind of tag that, we can probably do a buy the dip. Again, we haven't been below the 50 since what? The beginning of October. So, and now it's just wicked. If we go even further back, the last time that we were below the 50-day was in July. And then excuse me, we had August right here, August into September, and then July. So it seems to be that kind of good level of support, price support. If you're someone trying to, add some more Nvidia, I don't think this is a discount enough to make it even interesting. You got to get to around 120, maybe the 200-day at 111. But right now, in terms of trading, I like this 50-day as support. If we can target possibly 140, and might be too close. Maybe 142, that's your 20-day, and you use 135 as your support. Not a bad setup in terms of risk reward, but we got to check the volume, of course, and see exactly how much those premiums will be. Let's take a look at Oracle this morning. Oracle's been on fire. Okay, here's the tough part. When you have all-time highs and you start, kind of stretching out the time periods, yeah, it gets a little tough to look for some action there. But here you go. You got something on the 1 hour. If you get above 192.16, you can see that was a point of resistance. We broke above it and then we came back down. If you get above there, maybe the 195s have some volume. Works for me. In terms of the software names, I would say Palantir is your better bet because it always has volume. Morning, boss. How are we looking on the GME squeeze? Let's see it. Well, it hasn't squeezed yet. It is above 30. And I'm assuming, Dylan, you're asking about the 30 calls when I said if we get above 30, it can really generate some juice. Yeah, again, if we can stay above 30, I think we might get a spike to 40 to 45 on GME. Those meme names, small caps, you could see it here with the Russell. It's up. So let's see if it stays above 30. That is really 29.90. That's really our level of support in terms of GME. And again, this is not a fundamental trade whatsoever. It's pure momentum and pure price action. That's all. Capital says, good morning, Carlos. Condolences to him and his family. Absolutely. I speak to his younger brother daily. They're doing as good as one can after a tragedy, obviously. But, I do believe that, sometimes, it takes a team for all of us to come together. Unfortunately, sometimes tragedy brings that togetherness. The unfortunate part is that it takes a tragedy for people to realize, just in general, obviously, of what they have and being more grateful for what they have. I mean, it's definitely changed my perception in a lot of things because he was so young. And then you just kind of look at life differently, like what's really important and not the things that bug you so much, especially the things you can't control. So, my steps are just to be there for his younger brother. He's like my little brother now. And if I just kind of do that, it definitely soothes a little bit of the pain of missing him. Absolutely. Bitcoin, BITO, Mara. All right. I think we talked about that this morning. All right. Mara, excuse me, level of support 25. Yeah, you got to get above like 29, maybe 30. Again, we have this possible double top. I don't like that. I think BITO is a better setup. And I have BITO at 27.51. If that breaks, then we'll go ahead and target the 29s. In terms of Bitcoin itself, I was talking a little bit regarding that, how people in Thanksgiving will talk about Bitcoin. We had that back in the day in 2018 and 2017. And that's when we kind of came up with the weekends are for crypto and then holidays are for crypto. Listen, 100K is inevitable, guys, at this point. The problem is the timing, when. That's where the money is. So what do we do here? Man, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like Bitcoin going long into the weekend of Thanksgiving. I do. It needs to prove a little bit to me. Let's see if we break BITO there. 96,287. That's the 50 MA on the 1 hour on Bitcoin futures. And if we break that, we'll see what we can do in terms of doing some of the crypto proxies over the weekend. Good morning, CEO. Hope you are well. Thoughts on Amazon 220 calls for January? Let's see it. All right. Amazon, I had on the watch list for the week. Or I'll even show you. This one is for our paid members. I said right in between two gaps, break below 192, we're targeting 90. Break above 201, we're targeting the 205 calls. Leaning bullish here, but have levels in case we pull back. You see, this is what I did on Sunday for our members, the paid signal members. 197.12 is where we were. This was back on Sunday. I was looking for a break of 200. Here's the problem. That 200 level broke pretty much pre-market. So I couldn't do really anything. You could see how we broke out there and then we just got that pop. I was looking at it very, very closely once we got above 207.41. I like it to 210. Do I think 220 by January is possible? Yes. I think Amazon is going to run to 215. The only concern I have in regards to your question is January what? January 2nd is a lot different from January 31st. So we want to make sure the time, and that's all. But I like Amazon bullish. Amazon's going to be one of my top 10 stocks of 2025. Just a heads up. We're going to make that video in January like we do every year. And we'll recap the ones that we picked this past year. The ones we picked this past year, Bitcoin, Palantir. I think, what else was on there? Bitcoin, Palantir. I had one more that I'm missing that did very well this year. Bitcoin, Palantir. God, what was it? Was it Microsoft? I'll have to look. But either way, the new video will be coming on very, very soon, team. Like and subscribe, guys. Thank you, Alex. The 17th. Okay, January 17th. Yeah. Yeah, you should be okay. I like the 220s. A little too out of the money, maybe a little bit. 215, in my opinion, would be a little more conservative. But if you get to 215, you just take it anyways. You don't have to hit the strike. And then you can leave one contract running. But I firmly believe by the end of the year, Amazon will be near 215. Absolutely. We just got to see how Black Friday shopping is. So that's kind of like the one thing I'm kind of worried about is that, hey, if I go ahead and do Amazon calls and let's say I've already filled that gap, well, we do have a catalyst because Black Friday shopping's on. So we're going to get that report from Adobe, I think on Saturday or Sunday. If I see it, I'll let you guys know on the blog. And it's just kind of, it's like the retail sales every month that we get from the commerce department. It's like that. We just want to see if there's year-over-year growth in terms of retail sales. And so far, we've done okay in terms of retail sales that I've seen. All right, let's go ahead and go to Instagram and see what's up. Good morning, Goat. Good morning. Sure, Graham, very kind. I think we went over in video already. I think he's asking about Google now. So I'm on Instagram answering some questions. What's up, IG fam? We are now verified, blue check mark. We had a lot of problems with fraud and bots and people pretending to be us. If you do not see the blue check mark from Gar Capital, it is not us. We are the blue check. Thank you, Zuckerberg. Back to Google. Google, we got to get above 175.53 or 58. That's your 20-day. And if we get there, we still have a gap here at 183. So that would be my target. Did we fill that gap? Yeah, we did. Sorry. Nope, we filled that gap. So 185 would be the next target. You could do the 180s if that's the case. But as you know, we had some headlines regarding Google and kind of some antitrust regarding Chrome. Maybe they want to spin off, I think it's the Justice Department wants to spin off Google into different parts, meaning mostly Google Chrome, their browser. I don't know if that'll actually come to fruition, but we'll see. I mean, it could be an opportunity to place some imbalances in price, sure, but I'm going to see if 175.58 breaks, and I still have an alert for downside at 165.48. We'll see what we get. Let's see. Any other questions this morning? Good morning, Carlos. How does crypto perform during the holiday season? Usually, we usually get a boost in terms of crypto over the holidays. It's kind of like the weekends. But, it works until it doesn't. So you can't use that as gospel either. It's just the mentality of, let's say, for example, we have a holiday feast. Your family, my family, his family, they all come together. Think of it like as a holiday cocktail party, if anyone still has those. So you get together, you start talking. What's going to come up? If Bitcoin's near 100K, you're going to talk about your crypto portfolio. People like talking about themselves, always. So what happens when someone hears, oh, yeah, I'm in Bitcoin, I'm in crypto? It's kind of like that herd mentality. And again, I'm not trying to denigrate that mentality at all. But again, we're just trying to take advantage. So obviously, with that assumption that crypto will be spoken about in Thanksgiving and the holidays, you might get some new buyers. I know, very Ponzi scheme-ish. I hate it too, but it's just how it is. It's supply and demand. If there's more demand than supply, prices go up. Now, again, this could inverse where, grandpa starts talking about Bitcoin, which freaks you out. And you say, this boomer doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm selling at the top. Yeah, I get it. And guys, just like anything else, we have crazes and FOMOs. Bitcoin is no secret to that, whether it's NFTs or whatever. These meme coins or altcoins that spike and pull back. Guys, it's a cycle. It's back and forth, back and forth. This is how it goes. So we've had some really great runs in crypto, slowly but surely. You get pullbacks, and those are opportunities. But usually for the holidays, yeah, we usually get a little bit of a bump. I like that you like what I like, Apple. Same. Uber, Lyft. Feels like a run is coming. I do like Uber. I do like it, but I need this level to break of 8203. Right now, it's just chopping here. 8203, we can target the 85 calls. In terms of Lyft, you got a gap down here from earnings. Let's go to the weekly chart. We got to get above 20. Yeah, get above 20 and we can talk. God, this reminds me of like Upstart and those higher beta names. They all run together. Let's see. Any other questions on Discord? Sorry, I missed it. Tesla long. All right, let's take a look at Tesla. Tesla, we have calls, but we are chopping around. 360 needs to break, but right now we're hugging that 200 MA on the 1 hour. We need to get above 350. Once we do, we're going to be set. Or short. No, Tesla's still long. That hasn't really changed any kind of, nothing has changed in terms of direction or trend, at least on Tesla. All right, running against the clock here. Let's see if there's a couple last questions here that I can answer. How low is Dell going to hit? Oh, shoot. See, I was leaning long Dell, but I didn't send any kind of signal on that. It was just looking at the charts. And I'm not going to send an earnings signal. That's tough sledding. You're right here near the 50. So if we drew some lines today based on the daily, remember, we haven't opened yet. All this can be reversed as we know. So we'll use this as kind of our upward channel. And now you have a breakdown. So if we go back to our technical analysis books, what are we looking for in terms of a pullback from an upward channel? What? The base, right? That would probably be the full retracement is the expectation. But if you put fib lines from here down below, you can actually break it down and see how much we can go. So if we're at 123.70 at this moment, lowest we'll probably go based on the daily chart is 120. That's your 100-day moving average. We just golden crossed on Dell, the 50 DMA versus above the 200 DMA. So this is still a bullish chart, even though we got the break so far this morning. Pre-market, yes, does look bad, but we need to see how we close, especially on the weekly chart. Thoughts on ET? The ET movie was pretty good. It was a long time ago. I'm kidding. Energy Transfer, all-time highs? Nope, not yet. Got to get above 2006. So if you get above there, you got a lot of room if you want to get back to all-time highs. All right, there goes IG. And a last question. MU, tough one. We were up 28% and I didn't close because I was trying to get that Palantir gain. Either way, MU possible bounce for a longer move up. Wish we had more time. Same here. Again, I even wrote a note to our clients this morning. I was really going for that Palantir move. Last Friday, we had Palantir calls. We were 30% and we didn't close it because we wanted to hold over the weekend. It was a great idea that we did because Palantir hit 200% on Monday, as high as it. So I was kind of thinking the same for Micron with the team. Hey, 30%, we get a push. Boom, we're, triple digits and that's it. That's a wrap for the week. But unfortunately, it pulled back right near 106.43 and fell $5. I mean, pretty much your worst case scenario in a sense. We need to get above 103 like in the next 5 minutes, let's just say. We got to get to in the money, period. No, not even in the money. You have to get above this gap fill today. I mean, either that or we need a miracle by Friday. The goal is, when you have a red trade, is that if you get a push higher, you're closing at least at an uptrend, so you salvage some premium. We haven't even had an opportunity. This thing fell pre-market. So as an options trader, you're kind of handcuffed on what you can and can't do. Futures way different. You have a little more, a lot more control. Either way. All right. It's 9:25 in the morning. We'll go and leave it there. Have a great rest of your morning. Have a happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm very grateful for all of you, all your questions, all your wonderful comments, your likes, your shares, all that good stuff. I appreciate everybody. Thank you for being part of Gar Capital. We will see you on Friday for the Black Friday morning note. See what we get. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. Cheers all.